Buchter, aka the Wolf of Broad Street. We're outside of Janis Benstock Real Estate Academy for a broker course today. Today's lesson on 10 marketing tips from the Wolf of Broad Street Power Moves Playbook. Tap in and look out for that book coming soon. Marketing tips from the Wolf of Broad Street Power Moves Playbook. It's something I've been working on since 2020. There's about 50 or 60 different topics in the book. I took 10 of them today. I don't want to assume that I know what you guys want to know about social media and marketing and networking and business development. So I'm here to, answer any questions that pop up. But I figure this is a good way to, a really broad, general way of talking about some marketing tips for real estate agents and soon-to-be brokers. Your social media profile is your storefront, and you want to make sure it looks like you're open for business. So the sooner we realize that social media is just part of our jobs, the better. Because you don't want to drive by a real estate office where it looks like the lights are off in the middle of the day and nobody's there. It's the same thing with social media. Think about it as your digital resume. People want to, tap into your profiles, tap into your website, see that you're getting busy, see that you're helping clients and, living life to the fullest. So, I always encourage people to, let your following get to know you through social media so that you genuinely have a head start on the relationship when you do meet in person or talk on the phone. Like I got to the point now after being consistent with social media since 2010 where I could reach out to people or prospect advertising partners and literally start the conversation off with, we may or may not have met. I'm not, I could be wrong just because 9 times out of 10, I know whether or not we met, they've seen me on social media or they've seen me at the events and different things like that. So the more ways you could stay in front of people and top of mind, the better. And social media is a great way to do that. A good way to start with a social media or to trick your mind into getting consistent with social media is obviously to start by filling up your calendar. You're already getting busy with your appointments and places to be, things to do. Look at your calendar in the morning, identify what the highlight of your day might be, whether it's a closing or a business lunch or meeting with your kids or a basketball game or whatever it may be. You see it on your calendar, identify that. Think about what that picture is going to look like and what that caption is going to say. And when that time comes during your day, you snap the picture, you already know what your caption is, and you're basically done with social media for the day if you want to be. It's just like you're going to get in the habit of remembering to do that every single day. It's going to become fun, and you're going to want to do more of that. A little life hack is to set an alarm for 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. that says social media posts, so that if you forgot to post it during the day, you could post something. Even if you forgot to capture that, at least you have that reminder every single day, so that do it at night. You wake up in the morning. There's been a lot of activity on that post, or a little activity. Nothing, something's better than nothing. And then you're already a head start on the next day, and you're already looking forward to that highlight of the next day and how you're going to post it on your social media platforms. It doesn't have to always be about business. It could be personal. It could be fun. It could be funny. Basically, document your life. You're doing the work anyway. Don't count the likes and the views. People see you regardless of what the like count is or what the view count is. Use the social media algorithms to your advantage and just get busy. Let people know you got 3 offers submitted today, or let people know clear to close. Even if it's not a picture, you're just, putting statuses up there to let people know what you're doing without saying, when you're ready to buy, sell, invest in real estate, call me. Without doing that, you're subliminally letting people know what you're up to. And you're just documenting your life, because you guys actually do have interesting jobs and interesting lifestyles. You're able to kind of like engineer your own lifestyle. You're all entrepreneurs and marketers and leaders. So it's actually interesting to people who are sitting at their, 9 to 5 and want to. I have 75 active advertising partners between both of my magazines, Philly and Bucks County Row Producers. I have a longtime client, Gabe German with Home Team at Movement Mortgage. He introduced me to Yara Shamus with Innovation Title Inc. Out of Central Jersey, making a big push with her title company into Bucks County. She sat down for lunch with me. She's now buying up all the ad space, all the headline sponsorships of upcoming events. She sponsored a women's event that we collaborated with Dora. Janis showed up to the event. They're building relationships with Yara now. Yara, and then it's just like one step leading to the other. And what's like next? It's just building off of these relationships. It got me to where I am today. So leverage all your current relationships and activity and clients and referral partners and vendors to get you ahead in business. Leverage is key. Leverage, your activity. Activity creates activity. So leverage your check-ins at popular locations throughout the city and different restaurants and lift them up and different, organizations, because don't be surprised if they start sharing your stuff. We signed our back cover advertiser recently, TD Bank. TD Bank is like one of the top 5 banks in the world, and they're now an advertising partner with Real Producers Magazine. And that was an introduction from somebody I recruited for Central Jersey Real Producers Magazine, who's going to print soon. He introduced me to Lillian. Lillian now introduced me to all the executives at TD Bank, and the social media profile TD Bank _US is now liking all of our stuff, sharing all of our stuff. And this is like a big bank, you know what I mean? But it all starts with ground level, organically building your relationships and leveraging those relationships to get you further. All of our preferred partners who advertise with us in the magazine come recommended by top realtors like Dora and Janis. So when you guys tell us who you're working with on the mortgage and title and home inspection, and we reach out to those folks and we say, Dora Johns recommended you as her go-to for all of her home inspection needs. Are you looking to build more relationships with realtors like Dora? The answer is always yes, and that's leveraging Dora and her experience. And in exchange, Dora is going to have a nice complimentary feature in our magazine. She absolutely earned it. But we don't charge realtors to be featured in our magazine because that's how important relationships and referral is to our business. And I think it's just as important for you guys' business too. About it this way, you guys are experts in the Philly real estate market. And I think people in the Poconos want to know what's happening in Philly real estate. People in Fort Lauderdale want to know what's happening in Philly real estate. Anywhere across the country you go, you could leverage all your experience here and not limit it to just, local residents or prospective residents. It could be investors from all over the world that are wanting to know what's happening in Philly real estate. And that's leveraging your own experience. Be, how you doing? Same old, nothing new, same old shit. It should always be better than ever. I got this coming up. I got that coming up. I've never found a better way to stay relevant than events. And events does not have to be a 200-person golf tournament. It doesn't need to be an awards gala. What are some type of events that you're frequently going to every single month? And it may not come to mind right off the spot, but think about when you think about events. Are you going to anything regularly? Monthly? No, not so much? Yep, gotta change that. But think about open houses. Open houses is an event, in my opinion. You should have an open house on the calendar, even if you're not doing it, one of your agents is showing up for that. You can promote that every single week, always having something to talk about. When that alarm goes off at 9 p.m. for your social media post and you can't think of anything to post, you already know what your campaign is or what the next event is, so you just automatically share something about that. You know what I mean? And home buying seminars, credit workshops, anything that your branch or your office is doing, anything on your agents that they're doing, any community events, any charities. Events is just a great way to stay relevant, always have something positive to talk about, and ideally use it as a data collecting tool as well. If you're hosting a real estate workshop of any kind, first-time home buyers, investors, empty nesters, snowbirds, whatever you want to do, put it 4 to 6 weeks out, create an Eventbrite page for it, make the registration free, and just encourage everybody who's interested in that topic to register. Whether or not they're able to show up to that event or that webinar, you now have a lead there. They're interested in what you got going on. Maybe they couldn't make that one, they're making the next one, and you're building up your database organically. Data is more valuable than money. It's just like, it's who you know, it's who they know, and the downline from there. We host events regularly. We have quarterly events for Philly real producers and Bucks County real producers. We have May 4th at the Buck Hotel. It's a Realtor Awards Derby. It's 2 days before the Kentucky Derby, so it's Derby Day themed, bright colored suits and dresses and big hats. And we have 100 real estate agents from Bucks County nominated for awards in 11 different categories, and we're gonna have 250 people there. But we've been talking about that for months and months and months, and if you build it, they will come. You don't have to figure out how that event's actually going to happen. You'll figure it out along the way. But it goes the same with an event that we're hosting with Janis on June 15th, on how to successfully become a real estate agent and take your life and your career to the next level. And it's headlined by the Joe Ferry Scholarship Foundation. Attendees will have a chance to win one of 5 scholarships to Janis Benstock Real Estate Academy. So we'll have 100 people there, and I'm not an expert at bringing prospective real estate agents out to events in the public, really, but this is going to be an interesting test run. I'm confident we're going to pull it off successfully, especially leveraging the promotion. The promotion leading up to the event, the publicity after the event is almost as important as the actual event, because it just gives you a way to let people know what you're up to. There's going to be probably 100 applications submitted for their chance to win one of those 5 scholarships. And we're going to, go on that push to get all the applications we can submitted leading up to it, get those 5 people confirmed, present them their scholarship there. And that's just the beginning, because we have a panel of speakers that have successfully been through Janis's courses and academies, and now are top real producers in the Philadelphia real estate market. So who better to learn from than somebody who's already been through the whole process? So there's endless ways to come up with interesting events and themes, and partner up with your vendors and your preferred partners and your agents on your team, and make it a collaborative effort. If it's 5 people, 5 agents getting together to promote a first-time home buyers seminar, you're just, like you said, duplicating your efforts. It doesn't have to be all on your shoulders. You know what I mean? Please. I also believe in community and law of attraction. We haven't even published that yet, but we created. I got an email and a call from a nonprofit foundation in Southwest Philly that has a job career festival in these things. Which I'm saying I come to because I'll be around this one. Cool. Literally at his house during the next start. Wow. But they are there to serve, which is exactly what the scholarship is there to serve people who are in transition, people who don't have, they don't know what they don't know. And they are going to promote our event as well. Because they have access to the entire database of all of the Philadelphia schools. So right there, you're going to talk about everything. We're going to say that. Yes, exactly. That's amazing. Ryan Serhant, he's got 7 million followers on Instagram, I think. I'm already at his house for a 2-day mastermind. Thank you very much. Yep. I heard Serhant Brokerage is coming to Philly. They're here, right? Interesting. Yep.
So how do you promote, how do you word out what you're talking about? You have this and that. How do you promote that?
In many different ways. Start with a marketing flyer. You hit record on your phone. You let people know in 30 seconds what you're up to. You drop that out there. You create the save. You could do all that before you even have a registration page set up. You start with the save the date. You set the date. You set the venue. You set the theme. You think about what the objective of the event is going to be. What's the point of people being interested in coming out to the event? What are they going to get out of it? What are you going to get out of it? And then, go on to Canva, hire a virtual assistant, do what you need to do to get a nice little marketing piece together. Canva makes it super easy. I wasn't going to dive too much into all the tools and all that stuff today, but a nice catchy marketing piece, and then blast it out to your database that you have already. Tell them, don't keep it a secret. Please share this with your networks. And then break down the different aspects of the event into a campaign. It doesn't have to be sharing the same flyer every single day. You look at your flyer and you see that it's going to be free food. Okay, who's the caterer? Free drinks. What are the signature cocktails going to be? Speakers, what is the speaker's background? Where's their headshot? Where's their logo? Where's their recognition as a headline speaker or a sponsor? Um, and if they're, maybe there's a DJ, or maybe there's an acoustic guitar player or a saxophonist. Just come up with and line up all the 10, 20 different cool aspects of your event. And then you could then have 10, 20 different marketing pieces to put out there like once a day leading up to the event. You know what I mean? So just like, maybe that flyer is too much information and it's just going to get scrolled past and looked over, but maybe they've heard of that catering company and they want to support that. And now that catering company is sharing your events too. So getting like tagging all the people involved with the events is just, further sharing your event, and it just, spreads like wildfire from there. And, even if you have space for only 50 people, just 10x that and try to like get 500 people registered, maybe not 500, but it's a free event. Expect half the people not to actually show up. So if you want 50 people, you don't settle for 50 registrations, get 150 registrations, because you could always get more chairs, and too many is a good problem to have, you know what I mean? Yep. Educate, inspire, entertain. That's what I strive to do. Educate my following, inspire, and entertain. It's good to have a mixture. I mean, think of some educational pieces that people are interested in. We talked about the event flyer and how you could break that into 20 different angles. You have so much to educate your clients on about the real estate and home buying process and investing, and any one of those topics: credit, title, home inspections. If you were to put that on a whiteboard, and every one of those topics could be broken down into 10 or 20 different topics that you guys are experts in already. And if you Google it or YouTube it, it's already been said likely, but it's not coming from you. And you might have a different angle or experience on these different topics that's going to resonate with your following, and hearing it from you is going to make you an expert in your business. There's a tool called teleprompter app. I use it sometimes. It's like one of like the, life hacks, business hacks, but you could actually upload your script into the teleprompter. And as you're looking at the camera, it's scrolling your script and you're reading it, and it doesn't look like you're reading anything. You know what I mean? It's called teleprompter. That is very effective because you could get on the camera and start rambling, or forgetting where you're supposed to go. But just by putting it out there, hey, I got my top 5 tips on getting pre-qualified for a mortgage today. Tip 1, tip 2, tip 3, and then you just leave the conversation a little bit open-ended so people can start commenting and interacting with your post and asking questions and things like that. But be specific and be intentional about your different marketing campaigns. Take a notepad and write out what this week's going to be or what you want to talk about, and put it on your calendar. What video is going to drop today, or what post is going to be tomorrow or Wednesday, and that way it's one less thing to think about, and it'll get you places. So education is important. People want to feel inspired when they're doing business with you, or when they're checking you out on social media. So even if it's not your own inspirational videos and quotes, you can share other people's things and just have that vibe of positivity. Don't alienate anybody. Don't get involved with politics or religion or anything that can alienate anybody, but just focus on letting the people see what you want them to see, and portraying yourself in a positive light, and and just stay consistent with that. And entertaining, it doesn't always have to be strictly business or promotion or marketing. Just letting people know a funny thing that happened to you today, or a funny situation, or share funny memes every once in a while. What's it called? Broke Agent on Instagram. They have a lot of relatable real estate memes that are funny. So mix it up. I think it's important to be the plug, be resourceful. You want to always have a guy, girl, person in place for your following and your clients' need. Dora is amazing at that. She has a Rolodex